Good evening, friends. Welcome to Petroleum Proletariats Prefecturen. And as is the tradition, I have lessened the life of both my audio equipment and my hearing. What don't you do? Remember to lower the volume, for example. Yes. Something I don't do. What I have done, though, cheers, by the way. Installment 60. Yes, indeed. Last time we did cheers. We'll get the train rolling here. Yes, what am I drinking? Pripps Blå Export. En öl med traditioner och drömmar om framtiden. Pripps Blå Export. A beer with traditions and dreams of the future. Dreams of the future. Yes. I think it's like I think the first beer I ever had actually was a Pripps Blå. The first ever taste I have ever had of beer, I think, was exactly Pripps Blå. I'm not saying it is a good beer, no. And I don't think I have actually had it for at least 20 years, no. Yes. But what are we doing? Yes, last time there was a road, a travel abouts, a tour of the roads. Yes. And this time, what are you doing, train? Why? Okay, you right. Last time there was a tour of the roads, and this time, of course, it is a tour via the rails of the prefecture. Yes. Of course, we're going to continue working our way through the soundtrack as we move along. We have a consist here, consisting of, yes, a double-headed Russian diesel locomotive, and 4 in total. Well, 1 large, 2 small tankers, and then an open hull and a thing for steel. Those 2 are for steel, you know. These 2, and then 2 hoppers on the end. The intention is to load up on a bit of everything of what we make here, which is fuel, or maybe we should make it bitumen. No, fuel. We'll have fuel. And then we're going to the steel mill to get some steel. Then we're going to Kirunagard, all the way to Kiruna. That is a very long way between those 2 places, yes. And then from Kirunagard to Bongni. However, I don't think that this will work, you know. Even though I told it to load up just 50% of one type of aggregate, I predict it won't. Yes. But apparently the train insisted on going for a refuel first before going to to load up on the old diesel there. Well, not old, it's very fresh, actually. It's only the purest and freshest diesel here in the Petroleum Prefecture. Yeah. And it's going to take a while. Because we have a long way ahead of us. But and basically this is the most interesting place that we are at the moment. So I don't know what we're going to fill the time with later on. I don't know. We'll find something. For now, though, the train is heading into the oil refineries, or the pumping loading station. Right there is where it's at. We just have a little bit of a ways to go, but it's it may be clear, or we may have to wait. Which one is we shall see. And even though we have the most powerful locomotive, we're only doing 95 kilometers an hour here through the through the roundabout and into the, maybe you should start slowing down. Okay. Fine. Well, yes, the brakes are still very, very good on these trains. And all the power lines here are particularly nice, I think. Yes, it is very easy to troubleshoot when it goes wrong or you tear down something unintentionally or intentionally. The times of tearing down infrastructure here in the Petroleum Prefecture are over, though. It's the 24th of August of 1991. Don't feel like a good time to start something new and big project-wise, you know. We'll take it a bit easy and continue what we're doing for the moment, or forever. Who knows? For the moment, we're loading up on fuel, diesel. Yes, 324 tons in total. So we will be, as is the prefecture as a whole. It's mainly based off this stuff. No, it is the Petroleum Prefecture, and it shows how much petroleum product are we going through. This is per second in real time being fed into the two oil refineries here, you know. And we're using between 7 and 8 tons of oil, raw petroleum product per second. Very nice. Yes, 420 something workers in one of the oil refineries, and about the same in the other one, which makes sense for once, actually. Yes, game, I like you too. But now we're going to the steel mill. Yes, and in the steel mill we may. Hello, other train that we have to wait for, because we want to keep the roundabout safe. Indeed, at the steel mill, we might have to wait for a while. We shall see. Are there other trains waiting at stations? There are 2 trains waiting at stations. One is bringing in coal, and perhaps we should prepare a bit by sending you off to the border and let the steel mill buffer up a bit of steel for us. Yes, maybe it will work. In the meantime, we shall listen to Sergei electronic version. And another oil train is going by. The building is on fire. I don't care about that, you know. What do we have? Are you already here, or are you the other one? Because this is a steel exporter, and I just sent a steel exporter away, but I think that this is the other one. We have 2 of them. Yes, I think that this is not the one I manually sent away. If that is the case, we will meet the other one on the way here. Yes, we'll take a right. If everything is going according to plans. Cheers. 60 episodes of Petroleum, Proletariatiska Petroleum, Prefekturen, Proletärerna och revolutionärerna. Yes, all of those things and more we are about here in the prefecture. Indeed. There is here. Yes, here is the train I sent out manually, and lovely it is. Proudly carrying our steel. Yes. It might be a good time to hold on to things though, rather than selling them for rubles, but it'll be fine, I suppose. Yes. What could go wrong? There's another train we just met. Did we get out of this and have a bit of this maybe instead? Yes. Many trains are heading out. We're the only ones heading in. Yes, we're about. This is working again. The likelihood of a new deadlock is slightly less than it was before, but it is still possible for it to go wrong, and it is possible for things to line up in such a fashion that it will lock up, and of course it will at some point. Yes, anything that can happen will happen. Yes. This is the steel mill. Just as the first night of our tour falls upon us. Is it the first night? I don't ask me these things. How am I supposed to know? Right. No. Okay, so we're at the steel mill. Let's have a check on things while this train is loading up. To summarize what it is we have. The free word of the prefecture is broadcasting. And not very good stuff, but it is something. You know, I could get okay. The buses are arriving, of course, simultaneously. Yes, even though they are all of different kind and make and model and everything, they arrive at the same time. Yes, at every end. So now there are no workers here, but here there are plenty of damn workers, you know. 65 workers, this is not good. I lost the train. I know where it is. It is not going anywhere anytime soon. Oh well, right, concentrate. There's a big thing in the way here that is hindering my concentration. Aha. But here we are. Is the steel mill producing? No, you're missing coal. Of course you are at this moment. Why do you have to be missing coal right now? We only got about half of what we want, a little bit more than half. Is there anyone in your iron? I'm pretty certain. Yes, your iron. You're not helping at the moment. You will help eventually. We will need iron, but a coal train would be very lovely. Yes, you will be a coal train in about 1 year when you get back here. Is this? Yes, this is a coal train. It's coming from that direction. Most excellent. 645 tons of coal for us. There are plenty of trains here. I seem to be making that saying that quite often. That's because there are many trains. Yes, and of course my favorite spot. This is my favorite spot. Yes, very nice. Yes, and the completely ridiculous thing here that it's something. More of the thing. We can see an oil derrick is pumping away here. One of the original ones, not even built by myself. No, it was included or prepared before our arrival. And now we shall see the smoke again, for perhaps the last time. The smokestacks of Rovendima, Nahomo, well, the Petroleum Prefecture's steel mill. It may not be operating all of the time, but when it does, we sure make some good steel in here, you know. And apparently now the power plant shows to be a little bit low on workers, I think. Yes, absolutely no workers. Come on. We kind of need electricity. This doesn't happen often. No. But of course, if something can happen, you know, it kind of will. Yes. The prefecture is turning back on. The steel production is turning back on. Excellent. And 93 tons of steel. We'll be bringing quite a bit of steel. And yes, this will also give the people of Kirunagrad a chance to see the steel, that the iron that they mine for turn into. For the only time, for only this one time, they will get to see it. That's more than they deserve. The people of Kirunagrad. No. Talking rubbish, that's what I am. And the bitumen power, this, you know, I am pretty damn sure I have renamed this, you know. I am like very certain. Was that when the game crashed, perhaps during the road trip? It may have been within that window. You're taking your damn time. Come on, people, hurry up and get that steel out onto our train. We have a long way to go. And not really a short time to get there, but still, it would be good if we could get rolling, at least. Yes, here comes another coal train. Wouldn't you know it? You know, I really wonder why they put export on this here Pripps Blå can, you know. don't ever think that a single can of this has ever been exported. For real. The strength, styrkan sitter i smaken. The strength is in the taste. Bold words. Although not as bad as I thought it could have been. No. But it is unnecessarily bad. It doesn't have to be this bad, you know. Still, it can be better. Yes. The pace of steel production could also be a bit higher, you know, and that's because the coal is actually a tight resource at the moment. Yes, you may be producing 120 tons per workday, although only half at the moment. I have why. There are still 2 workplaces available, and no, they did not choose to go. No. But you're doing fine. We will get. There is only 2 tons left. 823 tons we're up to in total weight here with the tour train. But if you wouldn't mind, you know, getting the last bit of steel onto us here, so that we could. I can't. Are you going to run? No, you're not going to run out anytime soon, at least. But you know, get. And yes, 2 people went in. Maximum production, almost. Yes, this is exhilarating and very exciting. Basically watching this stuff, you know. Yes, that's it. That is it. The resource status. Yes, the resource status. We have 5,000 tons of raw petroleum product in the system, which is not very much. No. Apparently 21,000 tons of bitumen, but I think that yes, the kära skutan represents yes. That has a train as a symbol, yes, cargo ship. It's 19,057 tons of bitumen. Alcohol, we don't have much of. We don't do that sort of thing. You know, clothing. For some reason, we still have some old clothing stuffed away in some warehouse somewhere. Some of the stuff that we got with us from the 70s, from the 60s, basically, in 1970 when we arrived here. Wonder where it is. In Strakoro warehouse is where it's at. Indeed. Where is that exactly? That's here. Why aren't you? Why aren't we using this resource? Yes, I think the people of Petroleum Capitolium will be the benefactors of this. Wait. There you go. People, very, very old clothing, just for you. You're still not. And now you're missing coal. You know, you mean that was not enough? Half a train load of coal ore was not enough to get us like 14 tons of steel or whatever it was. And this is going to take forever. Come on. Where are you? Where am I? Sorry for the erratic camera movement. Is this a coal train? No, it is an iron train. That's not helping. Are you a coal train? Coal ore. That's good enough. Well, this is taking forever. It is, but we are so close. Should we bother about the last 2 tons? We have already been bothering for so long. Yes. So we'll bother a bit more. Indeed. Are we, yes. This thing, when this arrives, we shall have the last 2 tons of steel to head on. But you know, we already did this with the other, the same type of train, yes. Sorry, but am I supposed to send the tour train off empty or not fully loaded? Don't think so. Oh. Meanwhile, we can have a look at all of this stuff. Is it blinking or what is going on? And is that because, yes, that would be because of electricity problems. Why you have electricity problems? 24 workers. I think that this is this here building is not sane. Perhaps. Where do you get electricity from? Okay, from here. No, you actually are quite poorly powered. That's a bit of a shame. I mean, the free word of the prefecture should have its dedicated thing. After all, it should. Are we going to fiddle with the infrastructure now, you're saying? Apparently, we are. And you need one of the power lines. You cannot hook it up onto that one, because that one is already overloading. Yes. We should go directly to the source. Then, or what's this? This is excellent electricity. Yes. There we go. You should now be plenty electrified, energized. And such. Anytime I'd like, I could connect to this bit of road and thereby have a fantastically good television station again. But at the moment, no. At the moment, we're focusing the efforts on the steel production, which is not going splendidly. No. Well, something is happening. But we are not increasing in value. Why? What is wrong with you? You know, they have plenty of steel available. I think it's screw it. Well, that was all for nothing then. Yes, it was. Sorry about that. Sorry about that. Indeed. Now we're heading out. Finally, we're heading out for a better tomorrow, maybe. Yes. Lovely. And this bit of rail infrastructure, thank you, WhatsApp, I presume. It's all very much snaky here. But it sort of works. However, no, setting up a steel mill around just-in-time train deliveries in this game is not a good idea. Never thought it would be, but there you go. It's pretty nice. Yes, and we have this. And finally we're on our way to Kiruna. The 18th of September. When did we start this? Was it still August when we started the journey here? Not sure. But that was unnecessary to stand around for all that time. Yes, it was. Stop. What are we going to do? Brute about it. Yes, we're going to brute about it. Continue. Damned annoying game that it works in very mysterious ways. Yes, completely incomprehensible ways that you can never comprehend. No. And just when you think you have gotten the hang of it, somehow you haven't. No. Yes, Kirunagrad. All the way up there is where we're heading. That will be a little while. Tour distance is already very high. Really. Okay. A bit more nicer trees, maybe. Sure. Yes, it didn't seem to... Right. Now there are many trees. Something that all of the map makers on the Steam workshop seem to have in common is to very much plant trees. Yes. Well, I'm not complaining. No. In fact, thank you very much to the person who made this. Did you no? Did not. Well, yes, Krasnoyarsk. Krasnoyarsk. Yes, the link is in the first episode. Right. Oh, there's a coal train. Turns out we didn't need to wait for the coal train really, because it wasn't working anyway. Oh, we're coming up on the bridge. Yes, we're heading out into the wilderness. Really heading out into the wilderness. Which lies over on the other side of the river. Yes, and it turns out that this bridge here is actually hindering ship traffic, and I couldn't care less about that really. The ships are stupid anyway. Seriously, they are extremely stupid. They are just stupid. Jävla skitdumma är de. Dumma jävla båtar. Yes, stupid damn ships. boats rather that don't work. This is much better. Train, much better than boat. There we go. Train much louder than boat as well, which is not a bad thing in any way. No. Oh, there's an iron train that has come from Kiruna, the same way we're going, or the same place even we're going. We're coming up on the forest of floating trees, which is best experienced from this perspective. It's when you get, then you really understand why it's called the forest of floating trees. Yes. However, it doesn't take away from the fact that I got this rail in here. No. That. And we're meeting you. You've been up with diesel for the ore trains. Very nice. And also diesel for all the ambulances and things up there in Kiruna Gral. Very good. You must be thinking, what the hell is this train? What is this ridiculous thing that has both oil wagons and steel wagon and oil wagon and two hopper wagons? What is this about? I wonder about this. I mean, it will fill up to half in both of these, and then when we get to Bongni, we won't be able to load any coal anyways. So maybe we should fill up completely on steel, on iron, rather. Yes. Well, it won't work. It just won't. Right, but we're still going to Bongni. Of course we're going to Bongni. Of course we are. Oh, and in the distance there we can see the lovely little bridge viaduct climbing thing. With this overpowered locomotive, we should be very well set to handle such a task. Yes, you see there's a live animal here that is calling upon my attention, and it's distracting. It's making it even harder to concentrate. Not sure if, I don't think it makes a difference from your perspective, no. No. There is some train in the thing here. Wonder if we are chasing something, or no, we're getting to meet yet another train. And of course, the trains, of course, line up right after each other, as well as everything else. Vehicles seem to like to group together in this game. Yes, they like to stick together and travel in groups. Finally. Let's see how we do here up the mountain with this 4.5 megawatt train, or 4,500 kilowatts. That is indeed 4.5 megawatts. Is yes. Yes, it goes kilo mega, does it not? Yes, it does. But it's not the same factor, you know. No. It's a bigger factor. Or is it? Stop talking rubbish and look at the train. Maximum speed, 43 RPM, 43 revolutions per minute it takes to do this. And it does use a little bit of fuel. Yes. It's like 10, almost 10 liters a second. At that rate, and now it's yes, severely slowed. That's nice detail. We are above the tree line. From having been beneath or in the forest of floating trees, we are now above the tree line, and there are no trees. There is only this mountains. But we maybe want to take it from this perspective this time. Yes. Look over the side. Yes. How did you put it? Creator of this here map. Your main challenge will be the minimal infrastructure in this remote area. The river will be the backbone of your transport system. Since the swampy taiga and steep mountains are no easy ground to build extended train, road and train networks. No, not easy, but certainly doable. Oh, this is still very steep uphill. Nice. How much fuel? We have used up quite a bit. That's fine. We have and down in the valley or down by the river we can see the great viaduct that we came in on. Isn't it lovely? There's a bush, apparently. Here, a lonely bush on this here mountainside. Just as the... can just barely make out the television tower. Now we can really make it out. There's another bush. Yes, this is very nice. Yes, we have to clip through the mountain a bit. It's unfortunate, but it's the way it is. Yes, and what's some kretsma? Yes, what have we learned from this here? I learned from this here build prefecture. Yes, starting on hard money is boring and takes ages. Yes, and it's not for me. No, that's one thing that we have learned. Another thing that we have learned is that if you play on hard citizen reaction, you have to build a ridiculous amount of hospitals. Yes, really a ridiculous amount of hospitals in order to get your population to grow. Otherwise, everyone will die. All the children will die before being able to turn into adults, most of them anyway. But once you figure that out and build a silly amount of hospitals, then your population will explode, as it usually does, as you're used to. And as we can see from this here thing, it's not necessary to use the frequent fire thing, because this is still on normal, and it's quite ridiculous. Yes. Yes, every other day here, here it's just come on. So why would you even do that to yourself? Play on frequent fires? I suppose it would be a bit fun to see all the fires all the time. It would be completely brutal. It would have to be. Perhaps that should be tried. Yes. Next time, maybe. I'm still fireproofing everything anyways. But, I'm not 100% fireproofing because, some of the fire stations way out here, in far away stand and even further away stand. It's not staffed, 24/7 completely all the time, for example. And if the fires would be frequent, the likelihood of a fire occurring while the staffing situation with the firefighters is not enough, then it's not good. No. That we can surmise. Kiruna, how are you doing nowadays? Kirunagard. You are not doing too bad. Should we go and have a look at the people of Kirunagard before we set off down the mountain again? Of course, there's an ambulance. 2,500 people, though. That's not bad. And now, you're very happy now? Yes. That's a good thing. Yes, everything is doing fine. How many people in the mine? 200 people in the mine. Okay then. Not too bad. Yes, Kirunagard. We thank you so very much for your service of digging for iron. But we're moving on. We're moving on. And since we're about halfway, just as the train is about to enter this here block over the rail, over the thing, we shall take a slight break. Yes, dear friends, here we are again. We're back. On the 4th of October of 1991. Where did you leave the train? It's coming around the corner. Or something. It's coming over the thing. Yes, over the viaduct. It's very loud. Yes. It is very loud. And that's sort of how it's supposed to be, And yes. So this is the second part of the 60th second part. Well, yes, the second part, even though there was a slight intermission. And now we're back with the second part of the 60th installment and the last installment of Petroleum Proletariats Prefecture. Indeed. Cheers. Yes, I had to go and get myself another beer. This is a dub, again, a West German thing. I remember it being good. Yes, you see, that's much better than the Pripps Blå, That's a whole lot better, is it? That's where it is. Dum 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 dum. I think that the soundtrack is so good. Goes so well with the things, with your machinery working. when with the workers and the resources working together. Yes. Indeed. What was that about? That's, I think, is the motor barges at the station. Yes, the station, the harbor. Yes, it is. They are confused and they are out of fuel. I don't care about that at all. No. Oh, there's another train coming. Hello. It's an empty iron ore train. Powering up. Yes. And I suppose you just release the brakes and be careful or something, because it's going to get quite steep. You don't want to be, you don't need to be using that much, no, of the engine. Quite. How can we be at 15 or revolutions per minute going? We ought to be at full brake. We're almost 1,000 tons of steel and diesel and iron ore, more diesel and steel in many ways, shapes and forms. Yes. Yes, I suppose it's so heavy that it even is. It takes energy somehow to move it down. I don't. You're still at the same though. Maybe you can. Maybe you cannot go any lower than 15, as long as you're moving. That may also be the case. Was this? I'm a little bit disappointed here actually in this game. Game. Seriously, we're going downhill with 942 tons. We should not be using any fuel whatsoever. We should be putting a lot of heat out here, you know, through the braking system. Yes, the thing, you know, with the fans on the thing, what you call it, that brake. And probably some more brakes, full brake probably. But still, you're using an engine. I suppose. I mean, this is fine. Now we're going over flat terrain, and we're at 15 revolutions per minute. Yes, maybe we shouldn't get stuck up on that for any more than this. I think that this is enough. Yes. Oh, we can see the station. It is not. It seems solid rather than intermittent at this point. Very good, because previously it was very intermittent. Now it is trusty, solid. That's what it is. And I think I rather come to like the color. It's a bit off, but still it makes it stand out very much. And it's maybe perhaps not necessarily something negative. No. Yes, we're heading up, or coming up on a lovely little bridge here. Through this very heavily forested area. And there's really not much, happening out here. No. And the population statistics, I mean, it's rather static at this point. Oh, we have had a decline, a slight decline. For some reason. Cheers, auto save. 23,343, and now it is 23,069, 65, 66, so on. So it's not any, really big changes. No. Last year we were still in a slight growth, but no, people are now escaping this year. Yes, it is very stable. This amount, people are escaping in the same pace that they are growing up, basically. Yes, I don't blame. Not at all. But it's what you call it? No, it's very steady. Yes, it's an extremely steady state at this point. Green signal, fantastic. We're going over the bridge. Have we had the Soviet electro? Don't think so. Not this time. Yes, we've already seen this bit, Yes, that's because we have a bit of a geography lesson, perhaps. Yes, why not? So we are here at the middle, or north-ish. We call this north. It isn't north, but it's for convenience sake. Yes. And we are here, so we are slightly north-ish of the middle of the prefecture. If you consider it as a square, complete square, yes. And we have been at Kiruna, yes, and we're going to Bongni here, the coal mining town thing. And so now we're heading south on the Great River line. And here we might well meet some other trains. It's probably quite certain, unless things are broken. But there comes another train. That's very good. It means that things are not broken. In fact, yes. What else have we learned? Yes, that oil is very, very profitable. So if we take that as an overlay, we can see how far I have developed. There is still a bit of potential. I mean, now here it is undeveloped. Yes. But, we don't quite need it. We need another oil refinery. I think we have enough for this, at this point. Yes. I apparently went into coal and steel in the end anyway. Yes. Could not resist. And it means that we have had this lovely train ride. Otherwise we wouldn't. Otherwise we would just have this bit. Going down this. There was an elegance to that, to the simplicity of the old days. We're already nostalgic. Yes, it's bittersweet. The moment is yes, we must have some music to cheer us up. This is lagom cheerful. Yes, very good. Are we going to? Have we learned anything else? Questions and answers. There's a questions and answers button. Most important topics. Why are there two currencies? I don't think I need why do I need money in a socialist society? In a couple of words, you don't. In another, trade. Rubles and dollars are only the foreign exchange for your republic. Your internal economy works without any currency, money, only with resources. Yes, I understand the concept. Very good. Thus, the currencies are only present due to trade with foreign countries, Soviet and West. You simply exchange resources, obtain resources which you need now, like at the start of the game. But you choose. You can... Yes, I understand the concept of the game. Why do I need money within a socialist society? Okay, then it explains the concept of the game. How to get rubles or dollars. Can load resources into a road vehicle or train and deliver it to customs house. Right. How to build roads. Now this is a topic that cannot be covered in what is provided here. In the top panel, select infrastructure. You don't say select the road category. Yes. If the road is green, you can release the left mouse button to build the road. If the road is red, there is some problem. The road will not be built there. Okay. Right. That's all it has to say on the subject of building roads. Okay. Meanwhile, we see an example of a nice bit of infrastructure going by. As quad tracked through here to get a nice angle or nice bit of infrastructure surrounding the infrastructure for refueling the trains. Yes. How to build a building. This is very basic stuff. Why do prices fluctuate? How the day-night cycle affects gameplay. Cars are slower on roads without streetlights. Electricity consumption if higher during night because of lights. Okay, electricity consumption is higher during night because of lights. Right. Because of lights. Okay. How to purchase and use road vehicles. I think I know. How to purchase and use trains or trams. Yes. You see, it's not a tram if it doesn't go on the street, you know. Damn it. The hell. I mean, no. And yes, so unfortunately we could not load up on coal. But while we're here, I think that this is we're finished. It did not answer the question of why we need money in a socialist society. No. Not quite, anyway. Yes, that was a bit of a cableway car thing. Cableway system. These are pretty. Yes, they are cute. They are, and they are nice. The red to the green background here is very nice. This, like this. How this turned out. Yes, This is lovely. The shift arrives at the coal mine. Yes. And it's rolling out coal. On the conveyor belt. Yes. Dust is spilling out of the coal ore processing plant. The moonlight shines slightly on Bogny. There's a brownout in Bogny. Unfortunately. Seriously, Bogny. Oops, that one is very dangerous. No. Don't ever hit that, whatever that is. No. But Bogny, you have like a serious high voltage connection. Is that not of good quality? What's wrong? Where is the transformer thing? Here it is. Yes, the building is without power supply. That's not helping, you know. And this is terrible. It doesn't even have a road connection. What? It overlaps. This is really sloppy done. This. What is this? Who built this? Yes, and where are you thinking of taking this here? What's this for then? It's for going out here if you want. No. Why? Because that's why. And apparently it won't connect. There we go. It's now connected. And yes. Bogny power transformer. That's not good. I don't know what to tell you. I'd figured, you know, that the high voltage was good from out here. You know, where that's a very long way. Yes. It's what the. What? Here. Yes, this is also without power supply. But, that's not good. That's very unfortunate. That is. What else is running off this? This. Okay, this is... the city of Petroleum Capitolium is running off that. Yes, and the building is on fire. God damn it, this is not good. What am I supposed to do? I don't know. I can't do anything because, you know, don't have any other. This is a nice thing. This is not very heavily used. Yes, this will do excellent. You see, this is off the other high voltage connection of the power plant. Indeed. Which way are you going? That way. Okay, good, perfect, excellent. We'll put it here. Yes. You're building. You're not going on train tour. No, we're taking a detour from the train tour. And building some power lines, you see. We're connecting this one to that one. I think. Yes. Yes. And we'll leave the other one in, it won't be confusing. No. Ah, it actually, okay, that's good. Care to elaborate on what you're thinking? It went to the thing, you know, it made it go. Yes, it made it go. I mean, Bongni power transformer now has 109 kilovolts. That's much better. Yes, this is much better. And how is the city of Petroleum Capitolium is also doing decently, you know. 8 megawatts. I lost the train. I know how to get it back. That's alright. Tåg. Indeed. Here we are. Where are we? We missed the train diesel station at Bongni. Yes, I'm terribly sorry. We're out on the river line. God damn it, we're at the border. Oof, working and singing. My God. Cheers. We're heading for the border. In this here train. Right. Hello. Close. The church has not caught fire yet. Knock on wood. Yes. Nice. Everything else down here that I didn't turn into not being in the way has caught fire though. Except a little warehouse. Is there anything? No, there's nothing in it. It's been stripped. Yes. A fire was extinguished. The hospital number 3 in Rovendima. Yes. This thing has not caught fire yet. It will. At some point. Yes. It is the 28th of October. You know, it's about only just like not very long. Yes, I know. It's like until what you mean? You know, the thing that's about to happen. What have you heard? You know, the Soviet Union, it will collapse by the 26th of December. They won't even care to say it is so anymore. You know. How do you know this? I just know. You know, I'm from the future, sort of, kind of. Indeed. What does that mean for us? It depends on how you look at it, you know. Everything will continue to work exactly the same. Yes. Nothing will change, really, as far as we will be able to tell from our daily lives. No. It will continue. You know. Yes. But it won't be a Soviet republic. We cannot call ourselves a Soviet republic. No. And well, we're still the Petroleum Prefecture. whatever they say with the Petroleum Prefecture. Yes, the Proletarian even. The Proletarian Petroleum Prefecture, as long as we're making petroleum products and selling them, and if they want to buy them from us, they certainly will call us by our proper name. Indeed. So this is sort of the end then. Yes. Well, we're in the end phase. I don't think it is quite the end, quite just yet. No. I mean, there's plenty of dead air here. I realize this. It's sort of, it's what it is about. Yes. Loud but dead air. Yes, that's a train full of steel. Well, 464 tons. It's good enough. 500,000 and a bit more worth of that stuff. Yes, it is a bit melancholy, this, and whatchamacallit. Yes, you've already been through that. Yes, yes. And I mean, the tour train is done. Do you have anything else to say on this here subject of this here game? At the moment, no. But I will probably have in future. Yes. But then you'll have to start over. But damn it, I will. I know there's so much fiddling about with starting over. All this stuff is a lot of fiddling about, you know. A lot of fiddling about is what it is. Yes. But then again, it is quite lovely as well. This a bit many trees are in the way, so you can't really see. But yes, not bad. Just about made it without braking. If you would have slowed down a little bit, you know, it's too much to ask. Yeah, there are apparently many signals. Yes, it's because it's a junction and I haven't cleaned up the old signals. Maybe it doesn't seem to hurt anything. Yes, that's lovely. You can see them flicker out, you know, in the night. Train moves along. Yes. Oh, I could see the the tower. There it is. The Great Tower, the free word of the Republic. What are you playing now? Free word of the Republic. I can't quite get it in on the tuner here. I'm trying to find it. You know, it's what is it? Can't find it. Where is it? There it is. They're playing the Ruska Roma again. Yes. No, it's getting. Yes, this great soundtrack. I wish we could have a bit more variation. Then again, it is very fitting. Yes. Good morning, dear friends, and welcome to someone who has trouble letting go. Indeed. There is time, though, to let go. But you know, all the things that I built, that we built here, you know, all the stuff, you know, there's a lot of stuff. Yes, there is. I realize that we have to end. We have to go. We can't. We have. We must. This is ridiculous. Yes, it is. There's another train, you know. Yes. Well, you know, you say that it's ridiculous and everything, and then you find something that looks quite cool. And it works rather well. Yes. Of course. The two oil refineries. What would we be? Where would we be without you? It wouldn't be much. No. Is it the end times? The 7th of November of 1991, it's getting really close. Really shaking about, I suppose. Everything is operating at peak efficiency here. Yes. It's very good, in fact. The free word of the prefecture, though, is terrible, and before we leave, we're going to restore service and make it clear. Of course, you should have a lit street to we even got it in time for this train. Yes, that means the steel mill will suffer quite a worker shortage. All the buses are bunched up still. Yes, excellent. Even though they have a different amount of fuel and things, and they are still. They have the same exact amount of fuel, percentage-wise. Yes, but does that matter? Don't know. Is the free? Yes, the free word of the prefecture is now excellent. And it's about to get even better. Watch this. 86.86% rating. People are getting extremely happy. We are maxed out on actors, moderators, whatever that is. And staff, we could be a little bit more, yes. For some reason it takes a lot of staff, this thing. I mean, do they really have to have people all the way up? Apparently, they do. It's 720 people maximum, plus 60 actors and moderators. And it's going down. Yes, if you just want efficiency out of your television station, then you're much better off building a stock television station. But if you want something that is enormously tall, then I recommend... Pardon, bless me. Yes. Prosit, det kan man inte säga till sig själv. You can't really say that to yourself. No. Right, if you want something very, very tall, indeed, then build this. Cheers. Right. We are going to do nothing now. We're still here, you know. Yes, I suppose we're going to wait it out. It's still a long time to go. Yes, I mean, it is what it is. I mean, episode 27 is 3 hours 40 minutes. So, you know, what is this so far? It's only 1.5 hours. 1 hour 29 minutes about. Yes, and a bit more even. Yes. Very good. We're going for it's like an aggregate of a thing. This. Yes. And yeah. Yes. Really, are we going to wait this out? How long will it be? I don't remember now, but I think isn't 1 day 1 minute? I don't know. I think it is. How many days are left? 50, give or take. Yes. Well, it will be an hour, basically, more. Not quite, but almost. Good 40 minutes. Or am I? No. Something. It will be a while. Also this... oh. 1,280 tons of raw petroleum products. Good. We don't need to expand the fuel or the oil fields anymore, because we are meeting the demand and more of the oil refineries. Yes. Very good. And we're certainly transporting everything out as quick as fast as we can make it. Yes, just damn it, leave it. No. Don't want to, you know. You see, there are a lot of people here waiting about. Yes. It's a very untapped resource at the moment, Capitoleum. But they claim that the unemployed workers is not much. That's interesting. How is Petroleum Capitoleum? There is only 3 people here. Oh no. I wish I could take only from you know, these people and relocate them here. Yes, there is one way of doing that. There is only one way, unfortunately, and that is to do it this way. Is you have to empty a house out, and if there are stubborn people that don't want to move out, then we are supposed to select a different house then. Could you select one that isn't full of people? Perhaps. Yes. Demolish. Yes. Isn't this a bit rash or harsh to do? Yes. I want to get to the people who are living with the parents, the adult children. It's time they move out and get starting on their own things, you know. And I'm going to get citizens, and I'm going to relocate randomly most citizens, because when you do that, it will, apparently you cannot, but 1252, we can try to remember, we won't. 1252, yes, 12, but I cannot keep that in my mind and also do this. 1252, are you sure? 1252, yeah, I'm quite sure, pretty sure I'm going to get everyone. Yes, 1252. Perfect, 1252. Watch this. When this gets completed, I don't need to remember 1252 because it's takes time to build. There you go. All of the adult children. Not all of them, but only adult children. Perhaps. I think so, but where did you come from? Did we manage to get? I'm very sorry if we got one of the indigenous population. I hope, sincerely hope we did not, because I have left them alone. But yes, okay, so that's one way of getting. But if I could just take, you know, click this button here and then click and then get sort of this thing for those randomly assigned citizens to live. Clickety click, 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 click. That would be excellent in a situation like this. Yes. Those you want to I mean, I have space available here. It's just not in walking distance to where they currently live. They will have to deal with moving a little further away from their parents. The parent. Yes, their parent. Yes, because they don't have parents. No. In this here thing. This is the Rovendima restaurant. That's a pub that is apparently able to serve many guests. But it's not very popular. No. What do we get here? You have zero alcohol enjoyment regularly, but now you decided to get 5.25 liters of alcohol. You suddenly had an urge to have. You don't drink often, but when you do, you drink 5 liters and then walk home and watch the free word of the Prefecture. Oh, cheers, I suppose. You also ate 5.25 kilograms. Now we're off to work, to the Rovendima train platform. Of course. That's the only thing, really. Except we're working in one of the local places. Oh, this is the first worker locomotive train. Yes, it is. We have not ridden this piece of railroad. No, that's correct. Otherwise, we've ridden all of it, except for the train diesel station at Bongni. Yes. That's correct. And was there a point? No. There was no point. There's a lot of people standing on the platform. Wow. And we were probably already almost full when we got... Yes, look at this. 325 workers on board. Maximum amount. I mean, I could... Yes, we're going to do something. We're going to pump out a whole lot more trains on this railroad train track. Where are we? Because they're already queuing to get into town, you know. Yes, but you can make this a lot more, fit more trains. Would you want to? Yes, you would. Do I start with trains or singles? I don't know. I'm starting with singles. Well, these are very short trains, you know, so we can have pretty close. Cannot place the semaphore there. Okay, fine then. I won't. Yes, we'll park the train right on the footpath. I think they'll be able to walk right through it. These are all footpaths. There is already... Okay, we need it just about right on the footpath. No, there makes sense. Yes. Okay, now we have plenty more in there. Do you want more out here as well? Don't know. Okay. Fine. We're buying more, and this time we're not going with anything else but the best. The ER2 train set. The ER2. 840. It's an expensive 849,000 almost. 848,930 rubles. Yes, it's 416 passengers. 605 is not available anymore. No. But it's 605 passengers on the ER1. The ER2 ought to be better, but it isn't, apparently. I cannot buy. What if I found on eBay, you know, old stock, new old stock? Oh my god, that's enormous. I cannot have that, that is too big. Yes, it is a bit too big. We'll have ER2. How many? That many. Okay, and where is there is one. Is this going to work, you think? Don't know. Probably not. At least not on the first attempt. No. At least 2 station stops are required. Okay, you didn't understand the instruction. No, you have to click the locomotive. Or even though there isn't a locomotive as such on this silly kind of thing. You know. But did it work? Yes, it did. That's the first vehicle I was kind of sort of expecting. Would you know it? Yes, that's because that's annoying, and I don't want to. I have to. I do have to. Unless I do build something completely ridiculous, and I'm not going to. I have to. God damn it. Because you did, yes, you just click if you could do this, you know, yes, go there instead. No, I don't want to. Anyway, you know, if we do that before we click that, no. The first stop, yes, but don't care about that, just go there instead. No, you won't. Right, why are we arguing with the game? It won't help, no. I just don't want to cross the track, you know, and it will cause issues and problems, and it will interrupt flow, but don't... What? Yes, that is what we want. Now you should be able to go if when soon. We'll wait until you have cleared out. There's another one. That's not good. That's very dangerous. Should have a signal, but there is further up the line. Yes, there is here somewhere. That ought to be, yes, that will be red now. Yes. Make way for the new trains. Make way for the new trains. Yes, we're going to keep this around as long as we need it, which won't be long. Just need to get all of these out, and they will space out over time here. Yes. Or it will cause a severe clog up or something, severe incident. What's the matter here? You're okay, you're going fine. Should we launch? Perhaps we yes. Go. Very good. You went. You went. You went. You went. You went. And this one. You're going to. Now about. Yeah, fine. Yeah, that's a bit close. Yes. They're waiting. This is too much. Oh, it's fine. We're still not quite full here. I think that this is just about as many trains as I have blocks. This is not going to go well. Yes, it is going to go well. Ta-da! You can even perhaps send another one out. Yes, the last one, maybe. Could you? Sure. Now, the steel mill is actually getting workers. Isn't everybody getting off here? I suppose not. Yes, that's all of them. That's the last of them. We shall now immediately take this thing out again. Yes. No, they had all gone home by now. But here we have 325, 303, 325. Very nice. 0, naught. You didn't stop at first place. No, they won't. The first time around it won't work. Quite right. You know. But it'll be fine. You see, now it's as soon as the 1st of December. It's closing in on Christmas, on jul, you know. Closing in on juletid. And the coming demise of the Soviet Union. That's a thing. Officially. Yes. Yes. Now then, it doesn't affect. No, we have gone over this. Just let it go, man. Seriously, just let it go. I can't. Not. No. The dub is finished. I suppose we'll be back then, just for a short moment here. Yes, we resume. Oh. Just like that, and like that. The 1st of December of 1991. What should we have for? We should have some Christmas music, really, but no. Pardon me. That was something. Just pick something, goddammit. Working for the leader. Yes, we're just waiting out the days here. That's what we're doing. Yes. 1 hour, 54 minutes about. Not quite, perhaps quite a bit about, yes. Something like that. Yes, hello, steel mill. If you are working, indeed. I realize now I should have let the game run forwards a bit if I'm only waiting it out. No, seriously though. Now there's a new can. It says svensk starköl, Swedish starköl, and then it says premium pilsner or premium pilsner. Everything else is in Swedish. I suppose it's supposed to be pronounced premium pilsner. Bryggt enligt klassisk svensk tradition. Yes, brewed according to classic Swedish tradition by Åbro in Vimmerby. Yes, Vimmerby. It's very close to where Emil in Lönneberga takes place. It's not, doesn't taste of anything bad. No, maybe slightly. Not too bad. There's a traffic jam, apparently. This is the type of thing that causes the power outage, because these all go into the power plant. Yes. Aren't you talking about giving up on this now? Yes. But it's not working optimally. No. It is never going to work optimally. Nothing is ever completely optimal in every little way. Quite far from it usually, in fact. eventually they got out. I mean, for how long have you been traveling? 45 minutes. You're lucky, you know. Think of the firefighters that go all the way to far away stand. Yes, and the people out in Bongni, they don't travel so far, but they are very far away. Yes, we're a little loud there with the sound effects. What do you mean? Loud? No. This here, me being loud? No. Where have we gotten that? I think we should have a thing of what's him called? silvermansound.com. Soviet March. Yes, this is nice. Very fitting in the end times of the Soviet Union here. Or maybe not. But anyway, I'm sure that whatever happens, the world will have use for our petroleum products. Proletarian. Whatever happens. Yes. And I mean the quality of source out there here in the oil fields has not decreased to date. No. Did you say decreased? Yes, I hope I'm supposed to. So I think that they are, I mean, at least for 21 years now, the 22 years soon, they have been an endless supply and source. Right? And we see no indication of that changing anytime soon, so we'll be fine. Yes. We're all loading up on the same thing here, you know. It's a good thing we have a big storage thing for bitumen. Dum da dum da da dum. Building some fire in it's the steel mill of Nahomo. Well, it's the steel mill of the Prefecture. Where is the fire even? There it is. Why did you... Well, I suppose they're all fleeing. Yes, I wonder what will happen down here at the thing. Now, this may cause chaos. Well, it's so far they're queuing nicely. Yes. And good. You have a red for some reason. Are there any fire engines coming? No, they're not. Because they will be... God damn it, the steel mill may burn down. Come on, seriously, you have to disregard or somehow drive. Well, there's a train parked in the way. Yes, get the hell out of there, train. Oh, you're the hero of the day. My rail network actually works. You mean? Oh, I suppose it does. Yes. Well, a few people got injured. One citizen has been killed. That's very unfortunate, you know. And I don't think that your odds of surviving here are really not that great, you know. No, I'm sorry, people. Oh, you're dying. Oh, terribly sorry. 7% health. Oh, 3 people have died. This is not good. Why is it so hard to put out the fire? You are 26 firefighters and you have active vehicles. An enormous amount of active vehicles, in fact. Come on. Ah, there you go. Thank you, firefighters. But are you still? Did you go back to work after being injured in the fire? You're working. Okay, with 1% health, you're working in the steel mill. With 0% health, you have an age of 32 and a lifespan of 18. I'm sorry, Damien. Yes. We lost 8 citizens due to this fire, and probably more. I mean, the Mörketal here is large. Because many of them will not have been dead by the end of the fire, but will have died on way to hospital or while waiting for ambulance or such. Yes, this is a train of coal ore coming. Isn't it? Yes, it is. What about the music, you know? Soundtrack. Yes. Soundtrack. You'll have. How is this? I haven't looked at this. We haven't looked at this, how it turned out with all of the ER2s. Here, how many? 400? You're full of workers. That's you're empty. Okay, you're still all empty by the time we get here. We can never max this out. Nope. 28 workers still on board here. Yes. They will, but I wonder if this thing, how is your voltage doing? Yes, I suspected. You're overloading it a bit. Yes, we are. But not too bad. No. It's not, no. It's not too bad. It's just that they might not get the absolute maximum acceleration possible. But it's enough. 416 workers, you say? This is working out quite well. Still 707, rating of 91%. It now has an expected influence of happiness of plus 52%, whatever the hell that means, and plus culture of 6.36%. Minus communism or government loyalty of 2.27. I think that's fine by now. You know, we don't care to bother or pretend anymore at this point. You know, it does not affect alcohol. You know, now this is. I wonder. This year. I did this to that Demokratiska Böhmen too. In the end, turned the source of broadcast into alcohol preference for alcohol 100%. And now there is actually a way to measure this if it has an effect. Because last year we imported, yes, alcohol for 121,000 rubles. So far this year, 125, so that's inflation a bit, I suppose, or something. If one were to do this preference for alcohol 100%, they're just sitting and drinking in television. That's basically it. Yes, cheers. This is not so bad, this svensk starköl. Only in Sweden is there Swedish strong beer, I suppose. Yes, very strong. 1%. But that's an excellent amount. That's just the right, about not that important. Does it more say? Just as jag står lika typisk för vårt land som husmanskost och midsommar. As typical for as representative for our land as food and midsummers. Once upon a time, it was only available in the apoteket, for prescription. I think that this is bullshit. It's what I think. Then it was called class 3 or export beer, and it was few unavailable to many people and only available to few. 1955 was what the hell is this bullshit? 1955 was a beer made to be sold at Systembolaget, and there is a terrible history we have. Yes. I don't know. A bit bready, they say that it tastes, and I actually had the same thought. Well, all beer actually tastes more or less bready, It's so not all, but it's a very common trait among beers to taste like bready. Yes. We didn't get any workers for the broadcasting thing. Where are all the trains? There ought to be many. They're all queuing here. That might not be optimum, I think you should have actually less semaphores in here and more in between or something. I don't know. You want them to get out. Once they are clear, and we want them to get out. I don't know if it's a bad thing to place them too tight, close together, neither. It may be. Upon this we may pontificate for many an hour and time of many other measurements as well. Yes. Yeah, sorry, don't be so hasty. At least this is doing wonders for the oil refineries, because they are running very much. Yes, very much running is what they are. The 19th of December. We are really getting close to the end of the Soviet Union. I mean, there are probably so different opinions on when that was, but I'm going by what Wikipedia says as of today. And as of previous times, I have checked and it seems reasonable. You know, I should have remembered this stuff, what happened. I lived through it, you know, when the Soviet Union fell, but I have no clear memory of what was on the television about it. No. I remember, yes, my father showed me on one of those globes with a light bulb inside, you know. He pointed out all of the Soviet Union and said that this is now not Soviet Union anymore. This is now Russia, and this is now other things. Yes, and I remember it being very, very large. Yes, very, very big is what Russia is. It is enormous, in fact. This is but a little slice. Russia is very, very big. Ryssland är så stort. Yes, Russia is very big. Yes, how are you doing? You know, I'm going to sneeze again, I think. Well, it might have. Yes, it did. Pardon. Yes. It might be yet another one. Now the trains seem to be rolling more closely here. That's good. How many workers? Not many. That's not good. Any workers at all? Yes, a few. 36. That's. I think that's plenty for the steel mill. Yes. Oh, excuse me. Pardon me a little bit. I need to do something about this. And as you can tell, without a doubt. Yes, excuse me. There we go. Service is restored. Indeed. Yes, cheers. For the final, for the death throes, what you can call it, of the Soviet Union. 2 hours, 15 minutes. God damn it. I've done it again. Crap. This is too long, you know. It may not be as long as too long, but this is still too long. Yes, it is still too long. Okay. Indeed. We're having brownouts or something, even though the power plant is actually very, very much staffed. Yes, this is the drawback to this mod. Is that there are only 2 high voltage connections on this here power plant, which pretty much limits you very much to your potential. Yes. And only having 2 high voltage circuits available is not enough to reach the full potential here of 42 megawatts. No. But I suppose if we were dealing with coal, I would have built another power plant by now. I don't know why I haven't done so. Is that a good idea to do on Christmas Eve, or building a new power plant? No. It's definitely not a good idea to build a new power plant. No. It's definitely not a good idea to build a new power plant at all. Now, all of this stuff is going to need hooking back up. Yes. And not only that, but also this way. Yes. It sounds like you may actually go through with it. Are you kidding? Maybe. Maybe not. I don't know. Depends on what we can do with this. If we can put a band-aid on it, that will be enough to keep it a little bit happier. And we will. But if we can't, then let's go find something that is overloaded. This is actually not overloaded. The city was, and the trolley buses were standing still. Yes, they were. Not anymore, though. No. For some reason, although this is very much very loaded, yes. But no, we were not building another power plant. No, high voltage switch. What can we offload from you with this here little wire? I have absolutely no idea, and I'm trying to trace out power lines at night. Yes, it's sort of a theme. There we go. It is now unpowered, or such. This thing. Yes, it's overloaded. Damn it. Well, I cannot do anything about that with this thing. Here's the transformer. It is without power supply. That's not good. I mean, I could take a random one of these. You, for example, nothing. There we go again, a little bit. You know, okay, this one will take. What? It has a thing connected or available for connection. What's this? It definitely goes to the transformer. Take that away and put a little wire in here. Yes. Where did you leave the other bit? In the direction of the power plant, I would suppose. Yes, but more. No, there it is. No, it wasn't. No, it's not that. What? I'm confused. Yes, that is not a rare occurrence. Okay, are you really okay? Yes, that's what we're doing. Yes. Done. You should now be very happy as soon as this is done. I have done electrical things meanwhile, while officially the Soviet Union is over. Yes. We're going to have something to... yes, we're going to have the main theme. Dear friends, this has been Petroleum, Proletariat's Prefecture. It is now past Soviet times. do not quite have it in me to proclaim my sovereign kingdom here in the middle of Russia. No. Even though it feels quite good to have $85 million hidden away here on a little savings account, you know. So that's quite nice. Then again, nothing is going to change here anytime soon, I don't think. As long as there is oil to pump from the ground and refine, we shall continue. And we'll continue doing a little bit steel on the side here. Not very much, but a little bit. But yes, we're also broadcasting, of course, the free word of the Prefecture. Fantastic. Any workers for the free word of the Prefecture? No. I think that this made it worse than what it was before. Yes, I think it did. Although, yes, the trains are full, but they are perhaps arriving less regularly. I have absolutely no idea. I thought it would have done stuff. Good things, not bad things. No matter. This is it. These are the oil refineries of Petroleum Proletariatets Prefecture. And we cannot just do that without doing this. We need to have say goodbye to Lisa. Which one is Lisa? Oledoff. I think that's the. I knew it. That was the Käraskutan. This is Lisa, of course. Yes. Empty of both fuel and cargo. Well, cargo's fine, but empty of fuel seems a bit poor. Does it not? Empty weight of 8,780 tons. Nice. Very nice. Yes. The train thing, you know, getting that many trains on the thing wasn't a good idea. It's much worse now than it was before. Yes, it is. Christmas Eve of 1990. There we go. 1992 has arrived. 90s are. We're in the 90s. Yes, indeed. You're empty. You're all empty. Why are you all empty? Okay, I see. The problem is, you know what you're supposed to do then is have much fewer ways to places to load, such as you know, fewer signals here. But removing signals while there are already trains in here is probably a very bad idea. Yes, and you maybe not really quite want to remove all of them. No, not quite all of them, but plenty of them, yes. That worked out very nicely indeed, actually. Yes. Or maybe not, no. You'll be fine. So will you eventually. We don't want trains waiting around in here. No, we want them waiting around here is where we want them after this place. There is not much space in there, you know. Oh, I see that now. I see the problem. This is looking good though. How long have you been traveling on this here vehicle? 4 hours, 7 minutes. That's... I'm sorry. I'm very sorry. I think in a couple of days it will be getting better. Yes, cannot have it this bad. No, this is terrible. But the people don't like 12.3% alcohol thing. Did it go up in late December last month? Alcohol. It has actually gone up. The consumption of alcohol has gone up. Population statistics. It is not noticeable, I don't think. Last month. On the population as a whole, very slightly, if anything. Are you getting better now here? Or do you have, yes, 15 workers? I think improvements are happening. Well, aren't you supposed to end now? 2.5 hours we're approaching. Yes, I think I ought to end. I really ought to end, you know. Yes, I really ought to. But, okay, you're waiting there now. That's not good. You're never going to have people sit around for that long to work at steel mill. No. You can wait here, but there is no place to wait. We could pack him in a bit here. Yes, we could certainly do that. I'm going to stop fiddling about with this and just leave it anytime soon. Oh, maybe, perhaps. We cannot place a semaphore. You can place a semaphore there, and no, you want to remove semaphore, and you want to place. I mean, that's good. Still, though, yes. Who would you please fit in? Yes. Will the ER2 fit in there? Maybe. There we go. I hope. We'll see if the ER2 will fit in here right about now. Yes, it will. Plenty of space. No workers for a steel mill. Not at this moment in time. No. What's wrong, steel mill? No workers, you say? I knew that. Yes. Yes. Oh, voltage is a bit low here. You know, electrical things are getting overloaded, and things are yes, it has derailed this thing a long time ago. It derailed. I think it derailed the moment the place was for it was here. We were supposed to hypothetically discuss what would be involved with setting up a steel industry. And then, instead of doing that, hypothetically, yes, we did this instead. And apparently the tour train is in, waiting to be full of iron ore, and there's plenty of iron ore. You shouldn't have a problem. Do not wait. You know, there are more important trains that need to go in there as well. What were you on about? this time. Yes, it started to derail seriously out here, but you know, it was in the contract, in the scenario, in the mission here. You have been appointed as governor of the region of the Petroleum Proletariat's Prefecture by the central government in Moscow. Your main objective is to reorganize the oil production in the plains and explore the possibilities of extracting the rich ore deposits of the mountains to generate urgently needed foreign exchange. Yes, cheers for the urgently needed foreign exchange. Yes. And it was, in fact, possible to build a rail network. It's only a little bit ridiculous in some places. Yes. But I mean, all of the Great River Line is completely reasonable. Yes. However, some little things out here that may not be completely, what should we call it? To the taste of realism. No, it doesn't look quite nice. I would have preferred a more realistic way of climbing up the mountain with the train, even though that is a very difficult thing to do. But it was not possible. No. So we got what we got, and there are no workers in the steel mill. Still, there won't be, you know. This place takes all of them. And they're getting people to drink. And it's actually working. Last year, and we see it go up. Yes, there's a clear increase at the end of the year. Alcohol enjoyment. Indeed, it's going up. Why am I turning the people of the Great Prefecture into drunks? I'm not really. It's. I mean, we realize that this is only. This is for export only. But maybe we'll get back to the cultural enjoyment sometime. This is having a significant effect on religion. How much will religious sympathy be affected? Minus 3.1714 pi%. Yes. There are many trains queuing. This is not going to work, you know. You have too many trains. Yes. I'm going to get rid of the small ones, I think. These are not the small ones. No, these are the ER2s. They are not small. Is this a small one? Yes. But this one is full of workers. So is this one. That's too bad. You know. Will they still be when they... No, they won't. They all get off here, or they have traveled too long. They have been traveling for 2 hours. Yes. They might be thinking, why isn't the train stopping on the way other way? We could get to work at another place than the oil refineries for once. No, for some reason they're stopping on the way back. Yes, and that is because the oil industry is the main prioritization of our thing here, you know. There is the petroleum kingdom, yes, the kingdom, petroleum, but is there could you have a P word, a word that starts with P and is P with the letter P, yes, P as in pardon. Or something that is somehow royal. What would that be? I don't know. or we may not speak loudly of this. Perhaps we shall be quiet, or am I may be, or just be on you know, a slight playing with the mind. You know, we're not going to proclaim ourselves as a free kingdom here, independent and sovereign from Russia. You know, we have all around. Yes. Fine. You have to end now. Seriously. Okay. I seriously have to end. What shall we end on? I'd sort of kind of want to find where is the Impala? Where is the Impala? The Chevrolet Impala. It's doing 0 kilometers per hour for some reason. What are you doing? Ah, you're at the diesel plant. I mean, I think we don't need you anymore. That's not, that's sad that you've been standing around. I can repaint. Ah, I should not have done. The green one was very nice. There we go. What do we end with? Workers' March. When I may have played that very recently. No. Dear friends, thank you so very much for watching. We are riding out now. We are saying goodbye to Petroleum, Proletariat's Prefecture. Yes, I've been saying this for 2.5 hours, more than that. How much is it? Yes, 2 hours. Yes, well over 2.5 hours. And I suppose I'd better get to it. One more time we can hear the thing. I should try and turn. No. The Impala is louder than the thing, but that's how it is. Yes, we have built many a pipeline and many a voltage wire, and even eventually many railways. We got ourselves a proper railway in the end, and we even got ourselves the steel industry. That was a fool's errand, yes. I rather prefer it when it was only the oil, petroleum-based industry. Yes. But, dear friends, thank you so very much for watching. That hurts that bit, and yes, the ridiculous bridges of Rovendima here. Indeed. Thank you so much for watching, and good night.